You cannot park in the frontier from 3:30 to 6:30. So we've got sort of schools in our area where, pick up your kids from school. They decide they want to go over to Jack and Jill to get like a little trendy kind of pick-me-up. But when they come here and you cannot park in front and there's not enough parking and they go round one or two times, well, it's basically they get tired of looking and they say, okay, we're just going to go home. But so that has totally affected our after-school business, which was a mainstay of a lot of our business. They said that they would have a study after 1 year. Well, the problem is there was no study. There's no data as promised to us, and we're still waiting for it. And the other thing was that at that time, they said that there would be permits for the employees or the businesses because they put in a lot of extra parking meters. Sonny Morose, who is our city councillor, he did tell us that he voted for it because it was his understanding of what it was going to present. But as things evolved, he realized that it is impacting the businesses, and he has brought it up on numerous times. So he said that he brought up about the parking and where's the study and whatever, and the reaction from the mayor and her people is very negative. Very negative. Now, the mayor does not live in this area, so she has no conception of what Queen Mary is about and what it represents to the people of these neighborhoods.
Barbara Vininsky right there, owner of Jack and Jill, the toy store that's been in business for 70 plus years on Queen Mary, joined us on the program yesterday, and she puts much of the blame on her store shutting down on that Queen Mary Road bus lane, which was implemented, by the way, in 2022. Let's join the people, the fine folks at Projet Montreal. Despina Sourias is with us, City Councillor for the Loyola District in Cote-des-Neiges-NDG. Hi, Despina. Welcome back to the show.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. So what's your reaction, response to Barbara? She's been in business for so long. You can tell that she's disappointed. What's your reaction?
I understand. No, I mean, it's sad to hear when a business closes. People who own businesses, business owners, put their heart and souls into it. From what I understand, it was, generational also passing of this business. So it is hard to hear that. I know that she has a plan to go online, and a lot of retail stores are deciding to do that because brick and mortar is harder to sustain given the economic situation that we're in post-COVID. So it is hard to hear that. They are the heart and soul of our neighborhoods. They do add to the vitality and support, like the people living in the neighborhoods as well. To say that it's the bus lane that is the only cause, the variable that led to the business closing, or at least the brick and mortar part of it closing. I think we have to be careful when we hear that because businesses are affected by what's happening in their environment. And we have heard, Barbara has come to many of our borough council meetings. We're hearing a lot of positive things too, coming from both citizens using the bus who we've increased punctuality and the usage as well. I think it went up by 35% going westbound, which is the time, especially in the afternoon, that's when reserved bus lane is on. So it's very positive for the users, and it's important also to keep that in mind because we do want to keep the ridership up on public transport.
So just to that point, right? Because every decision has consequences. People like to knock the consequences of one decision, but other decisions also have consequences. So are you saying there that there are benefits to the Queen Mary bus lane that far outweigh if one or two businesses shut down?
I don't think we could make a link between the bus lane and businesses closing. It's not something that could be directly made. That's what she's saying. We can't. She was saying that the businesses was going down already. So I don't think we could make those kinds of assumptions. Businesses also opened before and during this period, and they're doing well. I go frequent Queen Mary. Our offices are just right next door, so we're all very fervent users of I would say clients of the local businesses on that street. And there are it could be that basically what she's saying, but I cannot back her argument up because I'm seeing more thriving. I'm seeing new clientele also coming into the neighborhood. So I can't confirm what she's saying.
Yeah, and you see the benefits of this bus lane. What are we, a year and a half, 2 years after the lane was put in?
We're seeing better ridership. We're seeing like that there's better punctuality, which is important for public transportation because we want to be efficient, right? Mm-hmm. That's why people use public transportation in a way. And 60%, I believe, of users on that street, using the street, the bus driver, like between buses and cars, are actually people who are using the bus. And there's many buses on Queen Mary going from east to west. It's one of the longest. A lot of the buses that are on that the bus lane are coming across the city from the east. So it's really like it's a very vibrant area, for public transportation. So, I'm behind this decision because we do want to increase the ridership in our, in the usage of public transportation. But, we're not insensitive. There is a merchants association that we're also supported in Queen Mary. I believe they got together last year, so that's great. They could also make specific requests to us, so they're organized, and that's a really positive thing. We're also investing in Queen Mary in that way. We have our network of the Projet Montreal. I'm sure people have spoken about it on your show before, that also support businesses. We have a local economic development commissioner at the borough. We have a lot of support.
Will there be an impact study on this bus lane ever done?
Well, the statistics are online right now. If they want specific things, I think that there is a merchants association, like I said, that could ask for what they want, but they would have to ask the STM because the STM is the one has the data and information on that. So we do, if you go online, you could look at the voies réservées, kind of like the impact after a year of its implementation. That would be like last year's stats,
that would be on ridership. But would you have a study on the business aspect, businesses opening, close, dollars?
That I don't have it, but again, nobody has formally asked for this, and again, it would be the STM, right? Because they want to know. That would be something that they could commission. I mean, they're association, so they're organized in a way. They're a local merchants association on Queen Mary, right? So they could ask for that if that's something that they wish to have.
I want to get to one other topic while I have time with you this morning. And, a few weeks after the CAQ government got dragged through the coals over cocktails, $100 cocktails. Story out this week just about how the mayor of Montreal, Valérie Plante, does fundraising. And of course, we have very severe, strict limits in Quebec, $100 of donations. And, finding out that Projet Montreal also does this type of thing, these cocktails, I would just like to know how you fundraise. Obviously, you got these same limitations, $100.
Of course.
And how do you view raising those funds at a cocktail where you can also say, hey, you'll get to meet the city councilor, or you'll get to meet the mayor if you come to the cocktail and give the $100. What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, my thoughts are, we do ourselves, Projet Montreal. We're pretty strict on how we fundraise. We even get training on what we can and cannot do because the law has evolved, right? There was a lot. Years ago there was different rules. Now they've changed. They're pretty strict. So we do follow the guidelines as prescribed by the law to the letter, I would say. Where a lot of people going to these events are on annual cocktail as a way to celebrate the party. It's a citizens movement, right? Projet Montreal itself has been existing for a long time. So we get together, a lot of people. The mayor comes in, gives a, really great, invigorating speech to get everybody, motivated and, feeling, united in a sense. And we're not promoting meeting with the mayor in exchange for, it's really it's something that all political parties do. We do have events to celebrate and to, get members together. We also have a lot of free events as a political party that we organize.
So when the stories came out about the CAQ, you thought it was more of a nothing burger than anything else?
Well, it depends on what the content is, right? Because the content is come and I'll give you a meeting with the specific minister. It's different in a sense. If you're exchanging and you're saying, well, I'll give you privileged information. That's not the context that we're in, So gotcha. I can't speak to that because I didn't like follow it to the letter. But for me, it's a way of like really, motivating and, working to get. This is how we fundraise for the upcoming elections too. It's the levers that we have within the framework that is, prescribed by the law that we can do. So that's why we do it this way. I had my husband. I forced him to join me this year, but it's my husband. Yeah. It's really. I think it's within the bounds, and we have to be careful. Wording and how you ask people to come is key. I'm very careful as a newbie. It's only been a couple of years.
Yeah,
I'm careful. I look at the rules. I'm like, I got to be sure that I'm on the ball.
Despina,
we have to be careful.
We do have to leave it there, and of course, you can force your husband to do anything. We are in favor of that. Despina Sourias, the city councillor for the Loyola district of Cote-des-Neiges-NDG. Be well. Thanks so much.
It was nice talking to you. Take care.